Hello and welcome to MagNet number 1. The main objective of the MagNet tutorials is to explore various ways in which we can combine the benefits of both worlds, Magic and .NET. In this tutorial we will see how to get the system's default printer name. This task will actually serve as a secondary objective, while the main one is exploring various techniques to interact with .NET. Let's start with the short C# code that I found on the internet. Very efficient and straightforward. As we can see, this code takes advantage of the fact that the printer settings object, once instantiated, will automatically have its printer name property set to the system's default printer name. Let's have a quick guided reading of the code. It declares a variable named settings of printer settings type and instantiates a new object based on that type by calling its constructor with the new keyword. Once initialized, the value of the object's printer name property will be directed to the console by the console writeLine method, which we won't need. Switching to Magic, we will perform this small task in 4 different ways, in order to get acquainted with different implementation techniques. First of all, we must add a reference to the system drawing DLL that contains, among other namespaces, the printing namespace in which the printer settings class is available. This is a very common namespace and will most likely be referenced by any project that interacts with .NET. Special attention should be taken to choose version 4 assemblies rather than version 2. And as you can see, I tend to use logical names whenever I access the file system resources. And now let's look at the code. The printer name alpha variable will get the name of the default printer, replacing the use of the console writeLine method in the snippet. All 4 techniques will update this field. The settings variable is a .NET printer settings object type class and will be used only by the first implementation. The first technique uses the settings variable, which we initialize here using its constructor with an update variable operation, followed by reading its newly populated printer name property simply by accessing it through the object in this manner. The next 2 techniques take advantage of the powerful ability to directly integrate .NET code in Magic's logic editor with the help of the invoke.NET operation. In the first variation, interaction is performed through the use of arguments that can be passed from Magic and back, as we can see here, while in the second one we can see how to use a return code. In this last technique, the instantiated object is short-lived. It exists in memory only for the duration of the evaluate expression, the property is read, and the object is disposed. If, on the other hand, we want to further investigate other properties of that very object or activate methods it exposes, then any of the previous techniques should be preferred.
That's all, folks.